Good evening and welcome to Central Florida as Pro Volleyball Federation play continues from the Sunshine State. And golly, do we have a matchup for you tonight. Number 1 Omaha at 11-4 taking on number 2 Orlando at 11-5. Welcome courtside everybody alongside the beach volleyball All-American at Florida State, Madison Fitzpatrick. I'm Sean Davison as we get ready to chop it up for some high-level Pro Volleyball Federation action here, Madison. Quite simply, it is a clash of the Titans. What are you most excited to see?
I'm excited to see the matchup at the net. Quite simply, you said it. It's a clash of the Titans, two powerhouses going back and forth. Both of these teams are at the top of the league in hitting efficiency, kills, points, you name it. So it really is the two toughest teams to beat, battling it out, trying to beat each other. Also, the last time these two teams played and the time before that, it's been all the Valkyries. 2 clean sweeps by the Valkyries to the Omaha Supernovas, so the Supernovas are out for blood.
And each of these teams also coming off of a 5-setter. For Orlando, it was their first loss since the first month of the season. For Omaha, it was a reverse sweep victory on the road in Fishers against the Indy Ignite. On a tight turnaround, Madison, what do you need to see out of each of these teams to play their best volleyball here this evening? Well,
it always comes down to the serve and pass game. Coach Laura Bird-Kuhn told us we need to serve aggressively. We need to have that pressure from the service line because when the Orlando Valkyries are in system and when the Supernovas are in system, they're extremely efficient. So serving aggressively is very important. Passing in system, allowing your offense to run as balanced as possible is key as well. And then I think for the Supernovas, they're going to have to play really good defense against Brittany Abercrombie. The last time these two teams played, Brittany Abercrombie set a PVF record with 25 points and 24 kills, not in a 5-setter, not in a 4-setter, but in a 3-setter. So it's going to be very imperative for them to key in on her and slow her down.
As we take a look at the starting lineups with these teams getting set to get underway here this evening, Brooke Nuneviller gets the call. Kayla Caffey in the middle. Mac Pedraza will be the starting setter for Omaha, along with the likes of Allie Batenhorst getting a starting assignment, Caitlin Horde, as well as Kelsey Payne, the starting opposite. Camila Gomez will take on libero duties for Omaha. Meanwhile, for Orlando, Natalie Foster, Brittany Abercrombie, Courtney Schwann, Kaz Brown, Pornpun Goodpard, Adora Anai back in the lineup, and of course Georgia Murphy and Nani Yosia will split that libero duty. You can dress 2 liberos in the Pro Volleyball Federation. You'll see a little of both as we digress this evening. Our R1 is Christian Kryzak. Our R2 is Zach McCrite here at Addition Financial Arena. And Orlando is set to get us underway. It'll be the Valkyries on the left-hand side of your screen, Omaha on the right here for set number 1, and it'll be Natalie Foster, the ace leader in the Pro Volleyball Federation with 34 aces, has already surpassed Omaha great Bethania de la Cruz's 32 aces from a season ago, and she is in a tight race with Leah Edmond, who is 1 ace behind her at the midway point here in 2025. A great crowd on hand here on the campus of UCF, and everybody is excited to see this matchup between the top 2 teams in the Federation. Underway here in Orlando, and a rotation error by Omaha as we get out of the gates. That is one of the most peculiar ways to start the match I could possibly imagine, Madison.
And the look on everyone's faces, that is not how any professional team usually starts a match. I think there was something wrong with Kelsey Payne in her positioning.
Natalie Foster's second serve is just long. It's a service error for the talented middle blocker for Orlando, and a side out for Omaha, knotted up early, 1 apiece. That'll send Kayla Caffey back to serve for the Supernovas. An everyday starter this season for Omaha. Out to the pin, there's Courtney Schwann going off speed over the block, and she is so incredibly crafty, number 4 in blue.
She's coming off of a double-double, so she's really good defensively. She makes great reads, awesome digs, but then offensively, she's heating up because she has all of these tools and she knows when to bring them out.
4th double-double of the season, 2nd in the last 3 matches for Courtney Schwann. Nice stab there by Adora Anai. It's Schwann again at the pin, dug up by Brooke Nuneviller. That is her 500th dig to go along with 500 kills. The first player in Pro Volleyball Federation history to reach that honor. That was cool for Omaha. They certainly would have preferred the point, though.
Brooke Nuneviller is one of the top 6 rotation players in the league. She's 4th in the league in digs and 4th in kills. I mean, talk about an all-around superstar.
Certainly fits the billing, and there's the block coming alive for Orlando. Madison, they get a lot of quality block touches to the Valkyries. They are last in the league, though, in blocking for points.
But Cass Brown is doing everything she can to amp up that number, to bump up that number, and she's coming off of 5 stuff blocks in their last match. She has the ability to shut down teams with that stuff block.
Those 5 blocks, in fact, equal the season high, one off her career high of 6 a season ago. Brooke Nuneviller back the other way out of the back row for Omaha, puts down the first of likely a considerable number of balls. You mentioned it, Madison, incredibly talented defensively and offensively. No surprises to see her getting into the mix early. Mac Pedraza starts off as the setter. First time somebody not named Nazi Valentin Anderson is starting in the setter slot for Omaha, and that ball was set entirely too close to the net. Orlando will come away with yet another point, extending the lead to 3.
Mac Pedraza played the last 4 sets in their last match, 37 assists. She does provide a little bit more physicality and height over there at the right pin.
Now she sets Kelsey Payne, the starting opposite, swinging away from the left side. In the back row at Schwann, dug by Camila Gomez. Allie Batenhorst swinging off the right, was one of the leading scorers in Omaha's effort in Fishers.
16 kills, yes, the second highest, and right there getting on top of the ball nicely and weaving it in between that open block.
Those 16 kills going along with 8 digs for Batenhorst, who went back to serve and committed the service here. Hit 282 did Batenhorst in that matchup, that reverse sweep that we referenced for Omaha over the Ignite.
Coach Bird also told us they put in Allie to be a defensive threat. She said she came in, she slowed down Ajani Teeler, who had a standout game and stepped up when called upon.
It was Teeler who set a new PVF record with 31 kills, and wow, talk about painting the line, an ace serve for Cass Brown, who is a sneaky good server, Madison.
She is. It's really flat. It's coming at you nice and hot. She can pinpoint where she wants to go.
Nuneviller with pinpoint precision off the left.
Brooke Nuneviller is a competitor. She's zonal focused. She's really locked in on the goals of this Omaha team, and you see her there kind of up and over Shampoo, who is a little bit more of an undersized blocker on the right pin.
Uptick in the numbers all the way around for Brooke Nuneviller, who had a tremendous 2024. Her hitting efficiency has climbed over 70 points, in fact. And that was miscommunication there by Omaha. Caitlin Horde came diving in. Nuneviller was already stretching out to play that first contact.
Caitlin Horde, obviously a middle, so not as comfortable in that left back position. Really, that is Brooke Nuneviller's job, but at least someone went for it. You have to appreciate the fact that Caitlin Horde does not want a ball to drop.
4-point lead for Orlando. Gomez plays up the serve. Nuneviller off speed, picked up by Shampoo Goodpart. Back set, Yosia out of system, and that's an attack error.
That was a stunning back set by Yosia. She gets her feet there, she gets her body behind it, uses her momentum, pushes that ball back, pin to pin back set by the libero. Really solid.
That'll send Kelsey Payne back to serve, one of the all-time greats at the University of Kansas. Getting her first taste of Pro Volleyball Federation action this season. Couldn't dig that ball up.
And that right there is why you have to have pressure from the service line, because when the Valkyries are in system, also, Courtney Schwann is fantastic passing. She's so calm with it. She's got a clean touch on the ball. And when the Valkyries are in system like that, Natalie Foster's 3rd in the league in hitting efficiency. She'll put it away.
Comes into the match hitting .351, the rookie out of SMU. There she is again. Nuneviller went for the cross, ended up in the tape, number 5 in white.
Brooke Nuneviller could definitely feel the block up, press. Brittany Abercrombie is a big block on that right side. Natalie Foster was there and close, so I think she felt the pressure from that block being set.
Service error by Adora Anai. 10-6 as Nuneviller goes back to serve. We mentioned the all-around game for her. When you go back to her college career at the University of Oregon, was an All-American as an outside hitter and an All-American as a libero. You don't see that often. Nuneviller, who also spent time on the U.S. women's national team, certainly has a rich pedigree, as Courtney Schwann is off to a great start.
And something that Courtney Schwann has been amping up in her game the past couple of matches has been the powerful swings. She is a pro at those off-speed shots. She's really crafty, has good vision, but she's amped up the power.
Courtney Schwann, who played her college volleyball at Washington, joined Orlando late, and Natalie Foster continues to do what Natalie Foster does.
She's got a crazy touch on the ball, and it just is coming so fast at you. It's a hybrid serve, so it's moving, dipping, and diving from the time it touches her hand to the time it gets to your platform.
64 aces at SMU this past college season. That is long. It's a service error. You could call it an attack error, as aggressive as she is as a server.
And the trajectory that it's coming down with, I mean, she is contacting it high, and it is coming downward at you super fast.
Caffey back to serve. Abercrombie punishes that ball off the right side. Keep an eye on number 6 in blue, Madison. You mentioned her. That'll be an important player to get going.
24 kills the last time they played. They had a difficult time slowing her down. That is an athlete that can put the team on her back and accumulate double-digit points time and time again.
Abercrombie, who has played for a number of years internationally, played her college volleyball at USC. Allie Batenhorst finished her career at USC, played the majority of it at Nebraska, though.
Beautiful out-of-system play right there. Camila Gomez coming in, setting that ball nice and high. Allie Batenhorst did a good job at waiting, being patient, and then driving through that approach to swing.
An Omaha team that Coach Bird mentioned it to us the last time they were in town, Madison. She said it again today. She feels there is no real drop-off from the players that she started at the beginning of the season to the players that she subbed in against Indy, and who some of them are getting the start here today, Allie Batenhorst being one.
And she even told us, we asked the difference between Valentine Anderson and Mac Pedraza, and she said they're a great complement to each other. They needed a little bit more physicality at the nets. They put Pedraza in, provided a different rhythm. Not good, not better, not worse, just a different rhythm, and it really worked.
It certainly did. An attack error called by Christian Kryzak against Orlando. And we're going to head to the monitor here. You cannot challenge whether or not the ball was in or out, so I imagine that the Valkyries have to be challenging whether or not that ball was touched. And Christian Kryzak confirming a block touch is the crux of our first mention of our Bolt 6 technology in the Pro Volleyball Federation. 22 high-def camera angles. To get the call right, and get the call right quickly, is really the importance of it.
Look at how high Kaz Brown is there. She's not even contacting it at its highest point. She really had to speed up, drop her elbow a little bit, but look at how high she is. Incredible. These are true athletes. From that angle, I don't know if I see it.
I don't think I see it either. I think if it hit anything, maybe it clipped the tape.
Yep.
That's the right call. Bolt 6 does its job, and we get set to get back underway here. Orlando leading by 3 points as we approach the midway media break at Edition Financial Arena. It'll be Pedraza back to serve once more. It's a service error. Point to the Valkyries.
The service line pressure is something that Coach Bird said they are going to have to win that battle. They're going to have to bring the serve, so they're going after it, but just a few too many errors to start the set.
Gomez charges up to pick that ball up on first contact. Good defense the other way by Orlando. Nuneviller slides in. Payne attacks that ball and does not catch hands. Point to the Valkyries, whose lead is now 5.
Great defense by Brittany Abercrombie, getting low, digging that ball up, recycling it, giving her team a chance to score, and then right there, they put themselves in a good position. That was a pretty tough free ball that the Supernovas didn't handle well.
Off the backside, Batenhorst picked up by Yosia. An eye off the block. Payne puts it down.
Kelsey Payne is one of those players that she's got a really high reach, but she's swinging up at that reach. A lot of the times you'll see a player who's got some height, but she's letting the ball drop. Well, Kelsey Payne meets it at its height and swings up and down over the block.
I mentioned she's one of the best in Jayhawks program history. 3-time All-American, 3-time All-Conference, the 2016 Big 12 Player of the Year, their all-time leader in kills. Incredible career, and she's continued it with some volleyball around the world. And now here at the Pro Volleyball Federation. Out of system coming to Payne. And she puts it down off the right.
I'm so impressed by Camila Gomez's out-of-system setting. She's getting her body behind it. That was a bump set too, and she led that right side attacker, Kelsey Payne, perfectly. Payne is coming off of an extremely efficient performance, hitting over 500, or 400, excuse me, in the last match.
8 kills at 421 in Fishers against the Ignite. Good first ball there by Gomez, and Nunaviller, the beneficiary, hammers it from the pin, number 5 in white. Timeout, Orlando.
And that was a good timeout call. The Omaha Supernovas have a ton of power, and then when they get going and they get into a rhythm, they're able to accumulate a lot of points with all that momentum.
Back here in Orlando, the Valkyries lead that's been as large as around 5 here in this first set has been trimmed down to 2. Allie Batenhorst back to serve. Still have a midway media break in the balance. The Valkyries hope that we're talking very little because they just need a point. And talk about coming out of a timeout the right way. Omaha says if you were trying to ice Allie Batenhorst, try something else.
And that serve just rose up a little bit on Adora Anai, who ideally shuffle back, get your feet there, but that serve moved up at the last second.
Off the D-ball, Abercrombie dug by Gomez. Misconnection by the Supernovas. Chance for Orlando. It's Brown off 1 foot. Out of the middle, Horde into the tape. Point to Orlando. They are first to 16 here in set number 1. So we are heading to our midway break.
Strong and taking action. I won't give you the satisfaction. So take a step back and watch us burn it up. 'Cause we bring the fire. Touch your igniter. We bring the fire. So don't even try us. We bring the fire.
Get ready, Novas Nation. On Saturday, March 22nd, the Supernovas will light up the court as they face off against the Indy Ignite. Join the electric atmosphere, witness heart-stopping plays, and see your Supernovas battle for victory. Don't wait until it's too late. Seats are filling fast, and you won't want to miss this world-class matchup. Be a part of the world's leading pro volleyball fan base. Secure your tickets now at supernovas.com.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. Beautiful. Ball was blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone. Yeah, but I'm
Welcome back to Orlando on the Pro Volleyball Federation YouTube as the Federation's #1 and #2 teams in the standings. Omaha at 11-4, Orlando at 11-5, square off here on the campus of the University of Central Florida. Kaz Brown back to serve, the Valks leading it by 2. Nunaviller turned back by the block. Batenhorst pulls it out. Anai. Adora Anai missed a couple of matches of action, came in late in the 5-set loss, and now gets the starting assignment.
And watch her identify the hands of Payne and then pinky down, cross body swing down the line. Beautifully done.
Service error there by Kaz Brown. Lead back down to 2. It has been a more defensive first set Each of these teams tops in the Federation in hit percentage. Orlando 263, Omaha 243. So far, the Supernovas are hitting 111, Orlando sub 100. Abercrombie turned back by the block. An eye off speed over the top. Payne. Off the D ball, Abercrombie. Dug by Pedraza. That's tight. Good cover once again by Orlando. Free ball, though, to Omaha. Nuneviller. Best rally yet, and Nuneviller puts an end to it.
Notice how many balls Caitlin Horde had to come in and set. Mac Pedraza is digging a whole ton of balls, so they're out of system. One of the things that Brooke Nuneviller is so good at is cleaning up these plays, taking care of the ball in transition and out of system.
17-16. Make it 18-16. Natalie Foster showing off that cannon of an arm.
That arm swing is so fast, and it makes it difficult to block because you have to get up and over the net quickly. You've got to get those hands set and pushed at the right time, but it's difficult because her swing is just so quick. She's beating the block.
10th season of pro volleyball for Shampoo Goodpard, who's back to serve. Good pick up there by Nana Yosia on first contact. Abercrombie digs it out of the net. Yosia gives an eye a little space to work with. Nuneviller dug up by Schwann and into Christian Kryzak. Up on that stanchion, our R1 official. Point to Omaha.
Camila Gomez makes things look easy. She's in the right position. She's there, she gets her feet there. She's underneath it, she pops it up. And Omaha surging forward, still down by 2, but it almost feels like they're heating up. They've got some rhythm. The Valkyries need a quick side out.
Lead once again trimmed to 1. Off the backside, Abercrombie puts it away. Like the move by Shampoo Goodpard, reversing the flow, trying to get what has been the most potent weapon for Orlando really humming here in the first.
Exactly, and the Supernovas are doing a good job at getting block touches, kind of slowing her down, but there, Kelsey Payne just fell a little too early and couldn't keep it up.
Speaking of Payne, there she is, hammering that ball off the block and out of play. That'll go down as a kill for Payne. That is the 3rd kill for Kelsey Payne on 8 swings here in this first set. That is an overpass, and Batenhorst puts it down. We are knotted up at 19.
When asked Bird what the X factor was for Omaha, she said, in general, it's usually the opposite, but for us, it's first contact. So if we can serve well and put pressure on their pass, we're gonna be good, and that's exactly what they just did.
Foster jammed up. Batenhorst. Played up by an eye. Pedraza calls her own number. Abercrombie found the back corner.
That's one of those balls that I bet Pedraza wishes that she had back. I like the decision to go on 2. You have to establish yourself when you're running a 5-1 as an offensive weapon, but maybe just a little shorter of a shot. She kind of hit that right to that defensive line.
Right to Adore Anai, who was able to put an effective pass on it, and that's where Orlando was able to flip it. That sends Natalie Foster back to serve. Already has 1 ace in this match. And just missed the sideline. She does have a couple of service errors as well, number 13 in blue.
The other team can take a sigh of relief because Natalie Foster has the ability to go on these crazy runs, and the Valkyries score a lot when she's behind the service line. So every time you can get a missed serve out of her as the opposing team, you are happy about it.
Nati Valentine Anderson has checked in to sub in for Mac Pedraza. She serves. Schwann with another kill.
Courtney Schwann can bring the heat, and that's one of the best parts about her game is she's got a lot of range, a lot of tools. And there, the block kind of fading, rising into the air, so she beat it with a whole lot of power.
Also, Brittany Abercrombie back to serve. Valentine Anderson back out. Pedraza back up to run the offense. Payne Off the block and out. Great start to the match for Kelsey Payne, number 11.
And we've seen Kelsey Payne hit from many areas of the court. At first, she had a swing from the outside. We've seen her on the right side. And then in that D-ball attack, she's very efficient from pin to pin.
I mentioned Payne playing internationally. She's played pro volleyball in Brazil, Switzerland, South Korea, Turkey, Italy, and then came back stateside, yes, to play Pro Volleyball Federation, but also played Athletes Unlimited this past fall and winter. 21 all, set one. Off speed, Brown overdug by Gomez. Payne off the edge of the block. Goodpard digs it out. Out of system for Schwann. And this will be an out of system ball here for Batenhorst. And Allie Batenhorst puts it down, and Omaha has the lead.
That angle is absolutely insane from Batenhorst. Camila Gomez so fast, getting that ball up. The beautiful out-of-system set by the libero as well. And then Batenhorst, to hit that angle from that far off the net is really difficult.
Drafted 15th was Allie Batenhorst. Second round of the 2024 Pro Volleyball Federation Collegiate Draft. And Pedraza commits the service error. And that sends Courtney Schwann back to serve. Payne drops it right inside Courtney Schwann. And Omaha leads 23-22. The Supernovas have won 7 of their last 8 matches. The only exception when Orlando went to Nebraska and swept the Supernovas on their home floor. They've won their last 5 road matches, which is a franchise record. They're looking for their first set one against Orlando this season. And we're tied again. High IQ shot by Kaz Brown. Saw that opening over the top of the block and just dropped it in.
One of the things that Coach Amy Polly is working on with Kaz Brown is off of that slide attack, swinging line, but right there taking some off of it, still going line. Good vision by her to see Camila Gomez a little deeper protecting that line. And she makes it look easy when you just drop it in like that.
The winner of this next point will have set point here in set number 1, knotted up 23 all. Nunaviller, high off the block. Foster sets the out of system, and Nye turned back into the floor. A huge rejection by the Supernovas, who have set point.
That was Payne's right arm reaching high over the net, pressing super invasive, and Caitlin Horde there to close the block. Horde, the middle blocker, number 23, is first in the league in blocks at 52, so she can wreak havoc from the net defensively.
Horde, who is closing in on being the 3rd player in Pro Volleyball Federation history to have 100 career blocks. Set point here for Omaha. Lindsay Krause, heck of a defensive effort to stay in the rally. An opportunity for Orlando, though, off the free ball. Off the D ball, Abercrombie dug once again, this time by Batenhorst. And set 1 goes to the Supernovas.
When we asked Bird, how are you going to stop or at least slow down Brittany Abercrombie, she said she's long lefty, she's smart, she sees the game, so what we have to do is be balanced and make plays, and that's what they just did.
25-23, Omaha in set number 1. A big block, a couple of timely digs, and the road team, Omaha, takes the first set.
Standing strong and taking action. We won't give you the satisfaction. So take a step back and watch us burn it up. 'Cause we bring the fire. Touch your igniter. We bring the fire. So don't even try us. We bring the fire. We bring the fire. Fire.
Get ready Supernovas Nation. On Saturday, March 22nd, the Supernovas will light up the court as they face off against the Indy Ignite. Join the electric atmosphere, witness heart-stopping plays, and see your Supernovas battle for victory. Don't wait until it's too late. Seats are filling fast, and you won't want to miss this world-class matchup. Be a part of the world's leading pro volleyball fan base. Secure your tickets now at supernovas.com.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We cover their necks. Beautiful backswing. Ball is blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home. What a final rally.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Welcome back to Orlando, Florida. Set one in the books between Omaha and the Valkyries. Sean Davison, Madison Fitzpatrick, our entire crew on hand as we get set for set number 2. The Supernovas winning set 1, 25-23. And Madison coming into tonight, Orlando was the only team that Omaha hadn't taken at least one set off of. Omaha was the only team that hadn't taken at least one set off of Orlando. Both of those things change. What made the difference for you in set 1?
I think it was just taking care of the ball offensively. Omaha hit 278 in that first set. They held Orlando to hitting 158. So the offense for Orlando just needs to get going a little bit. I mean, it was 1 kill for Brown, 1 kill for Anai. They just need more players to step up and produce, which is something that time and time again they have shown that they can. They're first in points per set, first in kills per set, first in hitting efficiency in general as the Orlando Valkyries. So I would expect them to get into a rhythm and play more of their characteristic-like offense.
We mentioned in the first set that Omaha leads the league in opponent hitting efficiency, with teams hitting less than 200 off of them. It'll be something to keep an eye on as long as this match takes on a more defensive tone. That's a misconnection by Omaha. An attack error for Brooke Nunaviller as we get going.
Camila Gomez is so good. She reads the ball so well, lays out, keeps the ball alive, and I like what Nunaviller's trying to do there, just right over the block, but it seemed like Shampoo kind of pulled off and was ready for it anyway.
Orlando scored first in the first set. They score first in the second set as well. Allie Batenhorst high off the block. Schwann. Great defense there by Omaha. We play on. Gomez there to dig Abercrombie. And off speed to the floor. Kayla Caffey.
And sometimes the crazy plays like that just work. Caffey didn't really have a jump. She just does what she can to get the ball over the net. It caught the Orlando Valkyries by surprise. Kayla Caffey is coming off of an impressive performance as well. 8 kills, hitting 405 stuff blocks.
Those 8 kills equaled her season high, in fact, for Caffey, number 28 and 1. Payne, stuffed by the Valkyries, who had the blocking edge in set number 1. It was Omaha who had the biggest one, though, based on timing right there late in the red zone.
Look at the press, right at the right time. Kaz Brown recently became the second player in PVF history to record 100 blocks. And it's because she's really fast laterally. She gets there, she closes, and she does all the little things right.
2-1 Orlando. And a collision for Omaha. Batenhorst attacks off the right and induces an overdig that Batenhorst herself punishes.
Batenhorst is having a really solid game in set 1 and now here in set 2, taking care of the ball. And it was on her side of the net. Shampoo had nothing to say about that.
I'll correct myself, that's off the left side. Sometimes direction's a bit of an issue. Abercrombie, that is off the right, and that is another kill for number 6 in blue.
The last 4 matches, Brittany Abercrombie has recorded 24 kills, then 25, then 19, and 18. Double digits are just the norm for her. It's only a matter of time before she starts to heat up. That was her 4th kill of the night.
I mentioned she played her college volleyball at USC, did Abercrombie, has also played in Poland, Germany, Puerto Rico, Turkey, South Korea on the Puerto Rican national team, and was the Athletes Unlimited champion this past fall. Nuneviller out of the back. Good stab there by Schwann. Brown bats it over, catches a piece of the block, and that'll be a kill for Kaz.
And I think she's shocked a little bit too. Great up by Courtney Schwann. Such a solid defender, good read on the ball, nice play. And then Kaz Brown with a little heads up play behind her head. Really athletic, she makes plays like that all the time.
4-2 Orlando, forward on the attack. Yosia with the back bump to Anai. No touch coming from Christian Kryzak. And Anai is lobbying. And now I think she just called Amy Pauley off of it. At first she thought maybe there was a touch, and then I think she said, you know what, don't worry about it.
And you have to respect that from her. You don't want to lose that challenge. You only get 2 a set. If you get it right, you keep it, but if you don't, you lose it.
2 challenges per set, got to win a set by 2 to claim it. First to 25, win by 2. Adore Anai comes right back off speed with a kill.
Just watch how casual Adora Anai makes it look, and it's because she has a lot of experience, a whole lot of maturity. She sees the court very well.
A serve. Second ace for Kaz Brown.
This might be one of the best serving performances we have seen from Kaz Brown. Really impressive flat float serve. It's coming high and floating up, catching the serve receive line a little high.
Top 10 in kills and in blocks in the Pro Volleyball Federation this season. And quickly racking up the aces here tonight as Brooke Nuneviller swipes that off the block.
And to swipe a ball like that off the block, you have to have a whole lot of control, and you have to really finish your swing through the ball and guide it into the hands of the opposing block, and then add the power, or you're going to get blocked.
That trims the lead to 2. Orlando led by as many as 5 in that first set. And Natalie Foster's swing puts the Valks up by 3.
Natalie Foster, 3rd in the league in hitting efficiency at 351. So I love the decision. If you're in system, run through her and then give your outsides and your right sides more of one-on-one situations later on in the match.
Nuneviller. Rejected by the block. Foster got a couple hands in there.
Yeah, watch Foster's eyes. Watching the passer ball, setter ball, hitter, watching the shoulder, and then diving that left arm into the angle.
Good first ball there by Allie Batenhorst. Nuneviller gives it a shove down the line, and that point goes to Orlando as well.
There's a chance that set was maybe a little too low. It looked like Nuneviller, the ball beat her there, so she had to break out the tip. Not totally sure if that was on purpose or not.
Send Shampoo back to serve. Another chance for Nuneviller, dug out by Yosia. That is entirely too tight, but my goodness, it ends up working out. Brittany Abercrombie made the most of that set.
When we asked Bird about Brittany Abercrombie, the first thing that she said was she's long and she's a lefty, and the length of her arms really comes into play there because it's tight, but she's beating the block to it because of that reach.
10-4 Valkyries. Yosia bodies that attack, and Anai tries to transition out of it. Nuneviller shoves it to Schwann. Pin to pin. Good cover by Yosia. Tight. Nuneviller down the sideline. That'll be a kill for Brooke. Great defensive effort a couple times over, though, by Nani Yosia.
I mean, Nani Yosia is so much fun to watch, and when I asked Amy Pauley about her the other day, she said, as a team, we don't really get high, we don't get low. So we go with Nani because she can make a big dig and then bring up the energy. She's an emotional driver for this team that's pretty neutral usually energy-wise.
I would also say, having been around Orlando a bit, she's also the CEO, the Chief Energy Officer for this Orlando team. That'll help the energy for Omaha. Kelsey Payne dropping in an ace down the sideline.
Adora Anai thought that ball was out, but look at it, just barely in, couple of inches on the line.
Lead down to 4. Abercrombie splits the block.
If I'm the opposing team, I'm almost going to keep the serve away from Courtney Schwann. She is so consistent in passing, dropping dimes on Champu's head time and time again.
Schwann's first ball contact, whether it is in serve receive. She can also serve well like Adora and I just did, getting the triple ace, or in terms of her defense has been amongst the best in the Pro Volleyball Federation, and Nye will serve once more. Nuneviller, high off the block. Anai keeps it alive. Schwann guides it across. What a swing out of the middle by Caffey.
There was some juice behind that swing. Good up by Gomez, and then Caffey, see how high she reaches, sees the hands of Foster, thumb down, swinging away through her body. Really well done.
That sends Nuneviller back to serve. Great stab once again by Gomez. Opportunity number 2 for Foster, picked up by Payne. Batenhorst stuffed and turned back.
Natalie Foster put in a lot of work during that play. She was getting good block touches, she was transitioning off, she was hitting the gap set, the quick set in front of the setter, and then there to finish it off, that was Brittany Abercrombie setting that block up in the perfect place, turning those palms back into the court.
Foster back to serve. That is ace number 2 for Natalie. And that serve will get a lot of attention, and rightfully so. But what has impressed you most about how Natalie Foster has come of age here, year 1 in the Pro Volleyball Federation?
It's got to be her all-around game. The blocking like we saw, the consistency behind the service line. Usually a serve like that is high risk, high reward. Well, with her, there's not much of a risk. She's really consistent, so it's a lot of reward. And then the fact that she's 3rd in the league in hitting efficiency, so it's just the all-around expertise that she came into the Pro Volleyball Federation with.
That ball looked close. I think Omaha thought for a second, man, that's got to be in, but Bolt 6 said no. Christian Kryzak also said no, and Natalie Foster serves once more. Better first ball there for the Supernovas. Batenhorst turned back by the block. Second effort coming. Off the backside, Caffey turned back. Courtney Schwann.
This Valkyries block is locked and loaded, up in press. The timing is right. They're very disciplined, and when they get going on the block, it's dangerous.
What a great set 2 for the Orlando Valkyries, leading at 16-7 over Omaha. Largest lead in any set for either side. Set 1, Orlando largely led as well. A lot of service pressure enforced by Natalie Foster. Nice up there by Camila Gomez off the Kaz Brown attack. And that will put an end to Natalie Foster's service run.
The block for the Valkyries has been superb as of late, and I know that the Supernovas are happy to get out of that service rotation. Gave them some trouble, Natalie Foster did, but there, Allie Batenhorst tooling the block, swiping it off the inside arm of Kaz Brown.
That'll send Kayla Caffey back to serve. Out of the middle, Brown dug by Nuneviller. Batenhorst Kept up for the moment by Murphy, who stretches out for it but digs it into the scorer's table.
That was a smart setting decision by Mac Pedraza. She set her hitter up in a one-on-one situation. Kaz Brown is coming back into the court. She's in the middle. She's holding on Caitlin Horde, and that's one of your roles as a setter, to give your hitters those opportunities to score.
Good pursuit there by Murphy. It's a free ball, though, for the Supernovas. Batenhorst right through the seam.
That's a tough one because both Georgia Murphy and Adora Anai were there. It's deep. It was a good location right in between both of those defenders. Omaha Supernovas do not go away. They were down by a good amount in that first set. Now they're creeping in.
Lead down to 5 off a big stuff block for Omaha and Madison. Here we go again. Orlando gets out to a lead, and then Omaha goes on a big run. Shampoo Goodpart rescued that ball off the net, gave the Valks another look, and that puts an end for the moment to that run of momentum.
One of the reasons why Brittany Abercrombie is so difficult to stop is because she's very dynamic. She's getting up high, and then she's got so much range, and she can hit every single area of the court. We've seen every shot from her, so defensively, that's difficult to block.
Lead back to 6 for the Valkyries. Good first ball there by Nunaviller, and that is what good first ball contact can do. Doesn't really matter who you are. If you can run a ball up to your setter like that and leave all the options open, it's going to look pretty nice.
Exactly, and Bird said the keys to execute plays, play at a high level, pass and serve the ball, which sounds basic when it comes down to it, but you're right. The pass is imperative because when you do, you're very efficient.
Off the D-ball, Abercrombie, body by Nunaviller. Batenhorst off hands. Pin to pin, Goodpart to Schwann. No touch, point Omaha.
Good block touches by both teams. The Valkyries did a good job there at slowing down that ball, but I think Courtney Schwann caught that ball a little underneath it. You gotta get on top and snap, but when the set is fast, sometimes it's difficult to do that.
Schwann off speed. It's a good shot. Campfire was open, rolled it right to it.
And she sells the swing when she does it. You can't show that too early because then the opposing defense, the defenders are gonna come in. Gomez is gonna eat that up if you show it, but she comes in strong. She keeps her elbow and her shoulder up and high, so they think she's going to attack, and then she just drops it in last minute.
Pedraza sets Batenhorst off the back. And Goodpart runs out of room at the scorer's table.
Allie Batenhorst got an opportunity last match against Indy. She took advantage of it. She was second on her team in kills with 16, and she's using every match, it seems like, it feels like an opportunity for her because she is swinging at a really high clip and taking care of the ball.
10 kills already for Allie Batenhorst as Lindsay Vanderweide checks in now for Orlando. That'll help the cause if you're the Valkyries. Kaz Brown with a huge step block.
They needed that. Good timing. Look at Shampoo getting there a little late, but she's there. She set up the block. Kaz Brown meets her, throws those arms over the net, presses, and puts it down.
Lead back to 5, approaching the red zone for Orlando. Nuneviller had to hesitate. Abercrombie, off speed, picked up by Gomez. Pedraza sets the Bick, and Batenhorst has scored from literally everywhere on the court.
We attended practice this morning for the Supernovas, and one of the areas of the court that they were looking to defend specifically was Brittany Abercrombie on that D-ball, throwing in that tip. Camila Gomez is all over it, reading it really well. That's a shot that goes down on a lot of teams.
Has not gone down very often here against Omaha as Lindsay Krause goes back to serve. Vander Weide, good dig there by Murphy. Likewise by Nuneviller. Nice swing on the out of system by Brittany Abercrombie.
In college, you see a lot of the out-of-system balls going to the outside because that's the most comfortable thing. But in the high-level college and here in the pros, out-of-system balls can be sent anywhere. And Brittany Abercrombie is a good choice on that D-ball. She contacts it really high and tools the block.
Abercrombie averaging over 4.5 kills per set and hitting north of 300 on the season for Orlando number 6. Nuneviller, dug by Shampoo. Vander Weide. Payne, once again dug by Shampoo. It's Abercrombie back bumping Vander Weide off hands. Nuneviller, nice stab by Yosia. Out of the middle, Foster turned back. Vander Weide couldn't dig it.
What a rally, where to even begin? The defense is on both sides of the net, making crazy plays. That's why Yosia is in there, to light her team up, to make those crazy digs. But a good block by Kayla Caffey, who did a good job at staying neutral. She didn't break one way or the other to the outside, or Brittany Abercrombie, who was on the right side. She held with the middle, got up and pressed.
Nani Yosia, the 5th round pick by Orlando out of Michigan State, where she led the Big Ten in digs this past season. Vander Weide is an Oregon Duck who played most recently for the San Diego Mojo and has recorded as many 30 kills in her pro volleyball career.
And watch this play. They've got Natalie Foster coming in with the quick set in front of the setter. So the middle blocker is up and jumping with Foster, leaving Vander Weide a one-on-one situation.
Strong rotation there for Lindsay Vander Weide, her first taste of this match against the Supernovas. Orlando's lead has settled for the moment at 5. 21-16, Adore Anai back in to serve. Batenhorst rolls it out. Better pass, Batenhorst off the Bick. Puts that ball away. That is kill number 11 already for Allie Batenhorst on 21 swings, hitting nearly 500.
And on top of that, her serve receive has been really solid. She only got aced by Natalie Foster once, but she's been controlling that serve receive line and kind of stabilizing them throughout this set.
Good pass there by Anai. Abercrombie dug by Nuneviller. What a set there by Shampoo. On the run. Payne caught hands and out.
And I like that set from Pedraza, running Payne on the D-ball. Look at her get her feet there. Nice change of direction. Good flow by her, reversing that flow to Payne, who takes care of it. Both right sides, both opposites for these teams, hit back row and front row just as efficiently on that right pin.
Payne, who's been one of the offensive leaders for Omaha, comes away with a timely kill to trim the lead down to 4. Orlando within 3 points of perhaps winning set 2. That ball was dug over and nobody played it. hey, if you're the Valks, you'll take it.
You'll take it, and Bird is not happy about that one. You don't let a free ball go over, much less you don't let a free ball go down, much less a high one that you had time to communicate on. We're probably never going to see that again from the Omaha Supernovas. That's a guaranteed, actually.
Lead to 5. Foster to serve. Batenhorst off speed, caught hands. Abercrombie caught hands as well.
One of the roles of the outside blocker when they're not blocking, when that set is going to the opposite outside, is to pull off and get that off-speed shot. Courtney Schwann is there up, getting a 3 pass, and the nice set to Brittany Abercrombie, who's in a rhythm now for sure. Brittany Abercrombie hitting 417 in this set. Very efficient.
And Natalie Foster drops in yet another ace. It's several for the Pro Volleyball Federation rookie. And after squandering a set 1 lead, Orlando in firm control from the outset of set number 2, cruises into the locker room, knotting this matchup 1 set apiece. A storyline befitting a matchup of the top 2 teams in the Pro Volleyball Federation standings. We'll be back after these messages.
Standing strong and taking action. We won't give you the satisfaction. So take a step back and watch us burn it up. 'Cause we bring the fire. Watch your ignite. We bring the fire. So don't even try us. Yeah, we bring the fire. We bring the fire.
Get ready, Novas Nation. On Saturday, March 22nd, the Supernovas will light up the court as they face off against the Indy Ignite. Join the electric atmosphere, witness heart-stopping plays, and see your Supernovas battle for victory. Don't wait until it's too late. Seats are filling fast, and you won't want to miss this world-class matchup. Be a part of the world's leading pro volleyball fan base. Secure your tickets now at supernovas.com.
Standing strong and taking action. We won't give you the satisfaction. So take a step back and watch us burn it up. 'Cause we bring the fire. Watch your ignite. We bring the fire. So don't even try us. Yeah, we bring the fire. We bring the fire.
Get ready, Novas Nation. On Saturday, March 22nd, the Supernovas will light up the court as they face off against the Indy Ignite. Join the electric atmosphere, witness heart-stopping plays, and see your Supernovas battle for victory. Don't wait until it's too late. Seats are filling fast, and you won't want to miss this world-class matchup. Be a part of the world's leading pro volleyball fan base. Secure your tickets now at supernovas.com.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. Beautiful pass way. Ball was blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset.
She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the
Did it
outside.
all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back
What a
home.
final rally.
Standing strong and taking action. We won't give you the satisfaction. So take a step back and watch us burn it up. 'Cause we bring the fire. Watch your ignite. We bring the fire. So don't even try us. Yeah, we bring the fire. We bring the fire.
Get ready, Novas Nation. On Saturday, March 22nd, the Supernovas will light up the court as they face off against the Indy Ignite. Join the electric atmosphere, witness heart-stopping plays, and see your Supernovas battle for victory. Don't wait until it's too late. Seats are filling fast, and you won't want to miss this world-class matchup. Be a part of the world's leading pro volleyball fan base. Secure your tickets now at supernovas.com.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La da 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 da. I'll just keep dropping it like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La da 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 da. I'll just keep dropping it like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La da 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 da.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Two sets in the books, one set apiece between number 1 Omaha and number 2 Orlando here in Central Florida. It has been compelling volleyball so far. Sean Davison alongside the All-American at Florida State, Madison Fitzpatrick, as we dissect what we saw leading into the intermission here at Edition Financial Arena. And Madison, it has been a more defensive match than we are typically used to seeing between these two teams.
Yeah, it's been really fun at the net. Defensively, both teams are making stuff blocks, crazy plays. Floor defense is awesome as well. Both liberos laying out. It's been a really high-level match so far, and I love when it goes one set apiece, one set apiece. Both teams showed their cards, so it'll be interesting to see the adjustments that both of those teams make as we go into set 3.
For Omaha, Allie Batenhorst has not played a lot this year, Madison, but my goodness, has she been impressive.
She was amazing. That second set, she had 8 kills. She was almost unstoppable, hitting from the outside, swinging so high, getting up over the block and swinging down. She was phenomenal. She was definitely a bright spot in the offense for the Supernovas in that second set.
Meanwhile, for Orlando, whether it's Abercrombie off the right or the service pressure that Natalie Foster can create with 4 aces in the first 2 sets, there have been plenty of playmakers on the Valkyrie side of the net as well.
Definitely, and when there are playmakers like that on that side, it caused chaos for the Omaha Supernovas. Their first contact in that second set wasn't as clean. There were a couple unforced errors. They let a free ball drop. They got aced a few times. So when the Valkyries on a roll a roll just like that, it forces the opposing team to kind of be on their heels a little bit and make more errors than they're used to.
What are you most excited to see as we conclude the intermission here in a few minutes' time and get rolling again in set number 3?
Well, I'm looking forward to see Brooke Neneveller get going a little bit. In that second set, she had 2 kills. She hit in the negative, but if I know Brooke Neneveller, I know she is a competitor. She's zonal focused, so I'm excited to see her heat up as we go forward.
A lot to look forward to. 1 set for Omaha, 1 set for Orlando in the first 2 sets of action. Plenty of volleyball coming your way once the intermission concludes at Edition Financial Arena. Back here in Orlando, intermission still underway at Edition Financial Arena. Number 1 Omaha, number 2 Orlando, 1 set apiece here in Central Florida. Sean Davison alongside Madison Fitzpatrick as we get set to take a look at some highlights through the first 2 sets of action.
And there's a whole lot of highlights to take a look at. It's basically a highlight reel on both sides of the net. We saw some crazy plays, beautiful slide attack, but then the block for the Orlando Valkyries has been so disciplined, really locked in as of late. Adora Nye so good on serve receive, passing dimes, and when the Valkyries are in system, they are very difficult to stop, but that goes both ways, and that's what makes this so much fun. When both of these teams get into a rhythm and they're passing well, their side-out efficiency is incredible. Mac Pedraza doing a great job at running a balanced offense, getting her middles involved. And then Adora Nye, I always say she makes it look easy, but it's true. She's so calm. She gets up there, she accumulates so many points, but it's a sneaky kind of accumulation. And then you can't do a highlight reel without highlighting Natalie Foster's insane hybrid serve. 4 aces so far tonight. Absolutely incredible.
She tied a PVF record with 6 aces earlier this season and already well on her way with those 4 that you referenced, Madison. Should be a lot of fun. It'll be Orlando back on the left-hand side of your screen, Omaha back on the right. They switch sides in between each of the sets here in the Pro Volleyball Federation, as is customary really in volleyball in general. It'll be Natalie Foster who goes back to serve to get us underway once again. That's 3 sets out of 5 to determine the winner of this match. First to 25 win by 2 here in set number 3 to determine who takes a 2-set-to-1 lead. Nice stretch out of the gates by Nuneviller here after the intermission, and Allie Batenhorst, the hot hand, has been the beneficiary with that swing.
Mac Pedraza is making wonderful decisions, running her offense so well. Allie Batenhorst coming off of 8 kills in 1 set alone. That is incredible. And we've got to give some credit to Brooke Nuneviller, who laid out for that serve, really got her platform underneath it, took a fast first step. Good pass by her against a very tough Foster serve.
Talk about laying out. Conrad the Towel King laying out to wipe up the Terraflex here at Edition Financial Arena. I feel like we're contractually obligated to at least shout him out once.
Oh no, he's the best in the league. I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone, but he puts in the work.
I mean, he did get the invite to be the floor wiper at the All-Star match. Allie Batenhorst, that attack was wide. And that'll send Brittany Abercrombie back to serve. 2-1 Orlando. Nice first ball there by Camila Gomez. And Schwann tools the block for a kill for number 4 in blue.
Schwann was a little off balance there, but she took a nice collect step, a 1-2 jump. Her step close is really good. She gets her feet to the ball and then swung with power to tool the block, even if she was a little off balanced.
Payne off the D-ball. And I goes off speed. Nuneviller took some off as well. Nothing off speed about that swing by Anai. Big block though for Omaha.
Caitlin Hort, I said it before, but she leads the league in blocks. She's very locked in, quick side to side, and patient. You have to be disciplined, not cheating one way or the other. She held in the middle nicely there to get a 9.
Service error. Another point to Orlando, who opens the lead up to 2. Off 1 foot, Kaz Brown right through the block.
That was some absolute finesse. Going off of 1 foot and then identifying the arms of the block that was kind of fading away. They weren't set up and pressed because you're moving to cover that block, so how can you be pressed? And she tooled the block really well with that tip.
Payne. Orlando does just enough to stay in the rally. Horde out of the middle.
That's an area of the Supernovas game that they're going to probably look to get going, to heat up a little bit, running through that middle attack, give some more opportunities for their outsides later on in the match. And typically your middles are your most efficient, so I'd like to see them get them going earlier and often.
To that point, Caitlin Hord hitting north of 350 on the season. One of the most efficient hitters in the league. In fact, second most entering this match, but only averaging 1.25%.
Which just means when she does get the opportunity, she's scoring at a high clip, but they're not running their offense through her as much.
Orlando picks up what could have been a trickle ace, but the attack hits the tape and rolls out.
We've seen this in the first 2 sets. The Valkyries get a lead, whether it be first to 5 or first to 15, but then the Supernovas are relentless. They do not give up. They keep the foot on the gas pedal, and they are right back in it. They tie it up 5-5.
Allie Batenhorst will serve once more. Drafted in the second round of the 2024 PVF draft. Kaz Brown, one of the best blockers in the history of the University of Kentucky. In fact, their block leader in the rally scoring era has proven that she can score too.
And it was a one-on-one situation. Caitlin Hord holding in the middle, not going with her. And when Kaz Brown has an open net, she's gonna swing.
Allie Batenhorst gets the call back the other way. Number 14 in white, scoring from the back row once again.
Look at that ball, barely in, just a couple of inches. Great swing, nice aggressive, brave swing out of the back row by her.
Nearly 500 kills last season at USC for Batenhorst. That ball is dug over, opportunity here for Orlando. Run right up to the net, and Foster sneaks it inside the block.
Foster with all that power, finding the inches in between the arms of Nunaviller and the net. You gotta have that press, but you gotta have it at the right time, and your body also has to be close enough to it where you don't have much space in between your arms and the net.
Great offense there by Omaha. Wonderful first ball contact, and Kayla Caffey was able to put some heat on that ball.
Thumb down, swinging nice and high. This is when Omaha is at their best, when they're running through their middles when they're in system.
Shampoo pulled beyond the 3-meter line, and that is one of the rare, less than ideal passes by Courtney Schwann.
And then a rare error by Shampoo setting over the net and outside the antenna. You can scratch that whole play if you're the Valkyries.
And if you are Orlando, good news, you get the point right back off the service error.
That'll be the Supernovas' 3rd service error in this set alone.
Batenhorst once again out of the back. Nani Yosia retreats and covers. Out of system ball for Nunaviller, who goes 4-4 with it. An eye dug by Batenhorst. Nunaviller this time catches hands and puts it down right in front of Nani Yosia.
Not only is Allie Batenhorst making these crazy digs in that middle back position, but she's passing dimes right on the head of Mac Pedraza, who's able to give Brooke Nunaviller a nice little tempo set. Brooke has all that momentum and power. She's swinging through the ball really nicely, but kudos to Batenhorst for keeping that in system.
9-8 Omaha. High reach for Natalie Foster, off speed, it's good enough.
Natalie Foster is one of those quieter players, but I talked to some of her teammates the other day and they said she is extremely competitive, but you wouldn't know it. But she's one of the most competitive on the team, and that's got to be one of the reasons why she's so good, because she demands so much from herself.
Gomez. It's an overpass and a joust that Orlando came out with. Opportunity now for Nunaviller out of the back row. Dug by Shampoo. Out of system set by Foster to Brittany Abercrombie, and she turned on that one sharply and out of play.
It's a beautiful pass by Shampoo. A nice out of system set by the middle of Natalie Foster. And with Brittany Abercrombie, if you over-rotate, you're going to swing out. You see just a little too much rotation on that swing.
10-9 Omaha. Out of the back row, Orlando would love to get Adora and I going. Kelsey Payne, no touch, point Valkyries.
And that is exactly what I was just about to bring up. Adora Anai, only 2 kills on the night, 17 attempts, 3 errors, hitting -176. So that's one of those athletes where if they can get her going and scoring, they're going to be in good hands.
Challenge by Omaha, likely block touch. Oh, a net touch. All for the moment.
Yeah, it looks clean.
Yeah, I didn't see anything there at all, which is why I thought maybe block touch was what they were challenging. We play on 10-10. Good serve by Abercrombie. Opportunity for Orlando. And there's Kaz Brown.
That was masterful all the way around by the Valkyries. They're targeting Allie Batenhorst because they want to try to take her out of the offense. They were successful in that. She was out of system, just trying to get that ball up. And then she's running up to the net. So Shampu's like, okay, I'm going to run a quick offense behind me. And Kaz Brown's able to get the kill.
Once again, targeting Batenhorst on serve receive. Attacks the out of system, catches hands, and out. Nice swing out of system by Batenhorst, their number 14.
Batenhorst reaches really high, and then she's really aggressive. Even in these out of system plays, she's taking big rips at the ball and finding the arms.
And we're tied once again, 11-all. Strong hands at the net twice over for Omaha. Quality block touch the first time. That time they blocked for a point.
Watch Kaiten Hort get there, close, press. There was nowhere for Courtney Schwann to go that set. Pretty quick, so Schwann had to work really fast to get her feet there, and it caught her underneath it.
Third block of the match for number 23 in white. That's an ace serve as well. Mac Pedraza drops it in. 13-11 Omaha. Overpass, nearly found the floor. Kaz Brown snapped the hand on that one. Everybody looked a little off balance there, Madison.
And if you like basketball, that's pretty much a slam dunk. She gets on top of it and just puts that ball to the floor. Good ball control by Shampu as well. One hand putting it perfectly in the placement that Kaz Brown likes it.
5th kill to go along with 4 blocks and a couple of aces for Kaz Brown, who nearly had another block there. Dug out by Omaha. Payne off hands, records another kill.
And it's difficult to put a ball down against Nani Osia, who's really quick side to side. So nice high swing. Watch Payne get up in transition. So she's working hard to get back off the net, then have her full approach in front of her to score.
7 kills for Payne after recording 8 off the bench against Indy in the midweek. Another kill for Kaz. That ball was dug into the antenna. And just like that, Orlando is back within 1.
That's Kaz Brown's 5th kill in this set, hitting over 800. My stats haven't updated yet, but she's going to be over 800 with 5 kills in this set alone.
Nunaviller. Great work there by Schwann. Abercrombie.
Courtney Schwann is such an asset to this team defensively. Look at her make that read, and then one hand gets that ball up, reversing the flow with Shampu to Brittany Abercrombie, who's swinging so high on that D-ball.
Tight. Payne goes off speed over the top. D-ball for Abercrombie, and Horde was ready. Block number 4 for Horde, who is 2 away from 100 in her Pro Volleyball Federation career.
And that's a good example of why you balance out your offense. Horde was ready. They were up, pressed, expectant, and they got the block.
Omaha is 1 point away from sending us to our midway media break here in set number 3. Good first ball there by Murphy. And Foster missed the sideline. In fact, it will be Omaha who leads 16-14, and that will, in fact, take us to our mid-set media timeout. The Supernovas won set 1. They're trying to go up 2-1 in Central Florida tonight. Back here in Orlando, Florida, Omaha on the road has a 2-point lead in set number 3, trying to go up 2-1 over the Orlando Valkyries. The Valkyries, who picked up their first loss since the first month of Pro Volleyball Federation play just a couple of days ago against the San Diego Mojo, put an end to a Pro Volleyball Federation record 9-match winning streak. Omaha themselves have won 7 of their last 8. Shampoo nearly batted that across for the kill behind her back. Now from the floor, sets a nigh, and that came in outside the antenna.
That's a difficult one because Anai had already started her approach, so that set is crossing over her body, and she's not able to reach and cut it off quick enough. Anai has 0 kills in this set. That's definitely one of those players that they're going to want to look to get going.
Both Anai and Brittany Abercrombie for the moment hitting a negative here in set number 3. That has got to change in a hurry if you're Orlando. That's a good place to start.
She heard us. Nice deep drive down the line. Yep, the block set up a little inside, not taking enough line, and that might be the game plan. So Adora Anai sees that she has the line and she's able to drive it down right to Mac Pedraza.
And when you consider the 2 players I was talking about, Adora Anai and Brittany Abercrombie, what do you have to say about Omaha's defense? The fact that they've been able to take those 2 powerhouses away in this 3rd set.
I mean, that is such an impressive feat, especially with how balanced this Orlando team is. To have the discipline on defense, to make those 2 players hit in the negative is incredible. Blocking defense and then also floor defense.
Well, now Adora Anai's 2 kills there over the last 3 points will pull her back to a 0. She had no kills to 2 combined attack errors, so that'll level things out for the moment. Nunaviller off hands and out of the reach of Yosia.
Brooke Nunaviller is one of those players where if you just watch, you see the power and the explosiveness and the strength, and she brings it every time she attacks. She's got a nice, strong approach and a long one at that, and she's got a whole lot of power she uses with all those legs and arm swing. I mean, it's just really fun to watch.
Nunaviller, who goes back to serve, has 9 kills in the match. Abercrombie on the attack. Kelsey Payne dug by an eye and taking care of business at the net. Kayla Caffey cleaning things up with Mac Pedraza.
And that's one of the reasons why you're at the net. If you're a middle, you're taking care of the overpasses. Those are points that you have to have.
4-point lead for Omaha on the road in set 3. Orlando as Pro Volleyball Federation play continues. And the fans are making plenty of noise here on the campus of UCF. Sean Davison, Madison Fitzpatrick, if you can even hear us at this point, as we get back underway in set number 3. Courtney Schwann turned back by the block. Orlando gets it over. Opportunity, though, for the Supernovas. Caffey goes off speed. Abercrombie dug out by Pedraza. Out of system ball coming from Gomez to Nunaville. Schwann rejected for yet another block for Omaha, who it feels like, Madison, they're really figuring things out and putting some balls down defensively here in this set.
They definitely are, and also the intangibles are going the way of Omaha. They are energized. They're bringing a lot of energy and spunk to this game. You can tell they're very motivated, and then right there on the block, it was a perfect example of press. Kayla Caffey is up, but then it's the finish, the pushing the palms back to area 6, that puts that ball down.
The lead is up to 5. It's as large as it has been in this set for either side. Each team has had a turn out in front. For Orlando, it's the momentary. It's largely been controlled by Omaha, though, as they enter the red zone. Abercrombie stuffed once again. Batenhorst mans the net with authority.
And good read by Batenhorst, diving those arms into the open seam. The block not closed, Kayla Caffey not there, but Batenhorst read that she was going angle, so she dove those arms into that open gap.
A timeout by Orlando, trailing by 6. Back here in Central Florida, where it appears Omaha is well on their way to taking a 2-1 lead over Orlando on the road. A matchup of number 1 versus number 2. And an interesting thought here as Brooke Nunaviller gets set to serve it in. Omaha in regular season 1v2 matchups in the Pro Volleyball Federation is 1-4. They could perhaps be on the doorstep of taking a commanding lead here in Central Florida tonight. Natalie Foster has been offensive and effective tonight. That's a nice timely swing for number 13.
Yet Natalie Foster says, nope, not yet. She contacts that ball so high, creates so many angles for herself because of how high she's snapping on it above the net.
6th kill to go along with 4 aces. Nunaviller there on serve receive. Batenhorst has been the leading scorer for the Supernovas. Lindsay Vanderweide caught a piece of the block, and that's a kill for number 8 in blue.
Lindsay Vanderweide has one of the quickest arm swings I have ever seen, and that allows her to beat the block down the line and tool Mac Pedraza's right arm.
And just like that, a sequence of points for Orlando. The lead is trimmed to 4, and Natalie Foster is back to serve. Batenhorst off serve receive, passes the ball effectively enough, then goes to work on offense once again.
I'm not sure what coach told me this, but at one point, a coach said that he wants his attackers to be problem solvers, and right there with the ball off the net, Mac Pedraza's running. She was being a problem solver, bettering the ball, and then Allie Batenhorst, great problem solver by putting that ball away, even in not the most ideal situations.
Lindsay Krause checks in to serve. Vanderweide dug over the net by Krause. A chance here for Orlando. It's Vanderweide again going 4-4.
Nasty 4-4 shot by Vanderweide. Maybe a little deeper and beautiful. High snap on the ball. Dropping that thumb, driving it down that angle. Really sharp swing by her.
positive momentum here late for Orlando. They might run out of time, but it's looking a little better for the Valks. No touch, point to Orlando. The lead is down to 3. Nunaviller. What a swing by Brooke Nunaviller. And my goodness, that is kill number 10 for Brooke, who has double-double number 13 in 16 matches.
She's
for
one,
Omaha.
I mean, incredible. She's one of the top 6 rotation athletes in the league. The next time that the Supernovas go back to serve receive, I want you guys to notice how much space Camila Gomez takes up in serve receive.
Handful of set points for the Supernovas. Lindsay Vander Weide staves off 1.
Lindsay Vander Weide with that quick arm swing. If you're the blocker, your hands have to be up and pressed ahead of time because they're pressing just a little late and she's taking advantage.
Lindsay Vander Weide is making a case to start things off for Orlando in set number 4. 4 kills on 10 swings and now an ace for Vander Weide, number 8.
She brings in a new energy, a competitive energy, an energy full of zest. And it bodes well for her in this team.
Oh, good ball. And that will drop Omaha, withstands the Orlando flurry at the end of set number 3, and it is the Supernovas who take a 2-1 lead heading into the 4th. It'll be a must-win set for the homestanding Valks, and it comes your way next.
Standing strong and taking action. We won't give you the satisfaction. So take a step back and watch us burn it up. 'Cause we bring the fire. Touch your igniters. We bring the fire. So don't even try us. We bring the fire.
Get ready, Novas Nation. On Saturday, March 22nd, the Supernovas will light up the court as they face off against the Indy Ignite. Join the electric atmosphere, witness heart-stopping plays, and see your Supernovas battle for victory. Don't wait until it's too late. Seats are filling fast, and you won't want to miss this world-class matchup. Be a part of the world's leading pro volleyball fan base. Secure your tickets now at supernovas.com.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
25-22 Omaha in the 3rd, and it is the Supernovas on the road in Orlando tonight who have a chance to seal this match in this 4th set. If you're Orlando, you got to win it to extend it to a 5th. It would be the 2nd consecutive 5-setter for each of these teams if we get there. Omaha coming in off a reverse sweep in Fishers, Indiana over the Indy Ignite. Orlando led 14-11 in the 5th over San Diego. We could very easily be talking about a 10-match win streak, but credit to the Mojo, who have been playing some better volleyball of late, of getting a win here in Central Florida back on Thursday. So, as we get set to get back underway here in the 4th set, Omaha has already headed out to the floor. Orlando still discussing things over at the home bench.
Something that Omaha did really well in that last set was defense. They were They held Brittany Abercrombie to a -375 hitting efficiency with 1 kill. They held Courtney Schwann to -200 with 1 kill. Adora Anai, -125 with 2 kills. So the pins, they did a really good job at getting their closing, blocking the pins, and playing defense against the Orlando Valkyries pin attackers.
It'll be Lindsay Vander Weide who starts things off at the pin for Orlando along with Courtney Schwann. And no offense to Adora Anai, it just felt like that was the move that Orlando needed to make. Credit to Amy Pauley and her staff for doing so and riding the hot hand in a must-win set. We're underway here in set number 4. Schwann free balls the opening possession over. Schwann now on the attack. Nice stab by Nuneviller. Look at Gomez. Opportunity for the Valks. Abercrombie says you can keep me quiet for maybe a little bit, but you will not keep me down for long.
And Abercrombie had an open net there, but before we talk about that, Camila Gomez, absolutely incredible Superman, Superwoman kind of dive for Gomez. And then here, Allie Batenhorst jumping and kind of holding with the middle, so Brittany Abercrombie had an open net.
1-0 Orlando, who must win this set. First to 25, win by 2. If it's Omaha who does claim it, they claim the match 3-1. Natalie Foster back to serve. And Mac Pedraza tried to call her own number back in the first set. Didn't go well for her, but this time it went to perfection.
And that's why you do it sparingly. Kaz Brown not up and jumping with her because she wasn't expecting it. So that was really good timing. It's all about the timing on that on-2 for the setter.
Pedraza, top 5 all-time in assists at Ohio State. Scrambles to set Payne here. Out of system for Schwann. Dug by Caffey. Batenhorst dug by Vander Weide on top of the net. And Horde puts it down.
It's always exciting when a middle blocker is serving and playing left back defense and then gets a dig like that. So the middles for the Supernovas get that point because it was Caitlin Horde who put that ball away and Kayla Caffey who kept it up.
Kayla Caffey, I would go through her playing career in college because I know a lot of folks, last time you saw these players was in college. But the list is long. She played 7 years in college. The COVID year, there was an injury break. So I'd be taking a while. But Kayla Caffey, Missouri, Nebraska, and Texas primarily. Kaz Brown, as I mentioned earlier, played at Kentucky, one of the best blockers in Wildcats program history. And there she is again offensively.
And Kayla Caffey was an NCAA national champion in 2022. So a very glittery resume for her in college.
That's up. Great defense by Orlando. Payne, dug by Abercrombie. Schwann rolls it over the top and down.
It's beautiful. She does it just enough to where the defense is on their heels, not expecting it. You've got to mix it in with some power. Courtney Schwann does that really well. She also hides it. Crazy play, crazy defensive play. A deflection, excuse me, off of the shoulder. And then right into that, a little deeper than the honey hole, but just out of reach of all of the defenders. Really well placed and timed.
Boy, hugs and deep breaths all around for Orlando, who I believe ran into each other twice in that possession. What a swing there out of the middle by Horde. And here comes Omaha once again. You said it in set 3, Madison. It feels like they are running the middles more and more often as this match goes along.
And it's worked for them well. They're out hitting the Valkyries, especially in that last set, efficiency-wise. And it's all because those middles can put the ball away quickly when they get the opportunity.
Good first ball there by Lindsay Vander Weide. Another point for Orlando, credited to Kaz Brown.
Kaz Brown off 1 foot is so good, and she's beating the block to the antenna. Really masterful tip by her. She can feel that the block is shifting and fading, and she tools it.
9th kill for Kaz. Has been a bright spot for Orlando. Schwann stretches out. Vander Weide off the block. Batenhorst stuffed. Block number 5 for Kaz.
And she angles her arms into the court so well. There's nowhere for that ball to go. And then look at the personality. Both of those players are so spirited.
Kaz Brown has equaled her season high in blocks in the last 2 matches as Payne this time targets the block and wipes it out of play.
Both teams in the set are running a really balanced offense. We haven't called a player's name twice in a row, so good job on both setters' parts for balancing it out, spreading out the offense.
Brown off speed. Batenhorst out of the back. Drops it inside the back row of Orlando.
That was a difficult ball for Batenhorst to get her feet there, but she did so well. The set more so on her left shoulder, so she had to do a quick step close and make that hand contact. Really well done by her.
17, now 18 kills for Allie Batenhorst, who goes back to serve. Back row attack, Abercrombie. Gomez dives to keep it up. Brown. Nunaviller. Vander Weide swats it off the block and out. Boy, this has been a scrappy 4th set so far.
The defense on both sides has been phenomenal, and good heads-up play by Vander Weide, taking advantage of the block, not being there in set.
6-5 Orlando. 6-all.
Man, this is a tight match.
It is. Will be Horde back to serve. You're not going to see those types of passes from Courtney Schwann often.
No, she's got really good ball control in that serve receive. That serve coming left to right and kind of diving and dipping to the left side of Courtney Schwann, who couldn't get her platform underneath it.
Well, that's the 2nd ace of the match for Horde. How about the middles going back and acing people? Vander Weide on the cross. Another kill for Lindsay, who has been the hot hand for Orlando since she stormed in off the bench a set ago.
It's her arm swing. Defenses have such trouble, one, digging it because it's coming with such quick velocity, but then also blocking it because she's beating the block.
Less than ideal first ball contact there by Batenhorst. Orlando nearly came away with a block. Nunaviller goes high off hands, passed up by Schwann. Vander Weide, unstoppable early in the 5th.
In this set, that's her 3rd kill, hitting well over 667, and right there going with the power swing. Good block touch by their defense, but Vander Weide with all that power, no defender was able to get there and dig it up.
She played in 5 matches, a combined 7 sets prior to coming off the bench against Atlanta. Started a couple of times since, and now has played in 13 more sets and is racking up north of 30 kills in just roughly about a week.
Yep, 2 matches ago against Columbus, she had 15 kills, hit 308, which is efficient for a pin attacker, and 11 digs, so she's been an asset for them off the bench.
8-all. 9-8. Guess who?
I love that play for the Valkyries. It's really tricky. Kaylee Caffey is staying on Natalie Foster, jumping with her, and then Lindsay Vander Weide just about 2 feet to the left of Natalie Foster, has a one-on-one situation and can score with that sharp angle.
Back to serve where she's recorded an ace, nearly recorded a 2nd. Free ball here to Orlando. Out of the middle, Foster off the top of the block. Payne stretches to keep it up. Nunaviller, where their hands? No. Point to the Valks, who lead by 3. Will there be a challenge? I believe I heard the horn. Christian Kryzak, our up referee, confirming that Omaha is challenging, that Orlando did get a piece of that ball on the block.
Those are sometimes tough because it's almost like the ball covers the hand. You're looking for the fingertips bending backwards, and so sometimes the ball covers it. Oh, here we go, better view. No block touch. Good work by our camera crew. That's a great angle.
Tip the cap once again to the technology of Bolt 6. Whose headquarters this season are in Charlotte. They had a command center in Frisco, Texas a season ago. They get the calls right, and they get the right calls quick. 2-point lead for Orlando. Nunaviller dug up and out by Nani Yosia. Nearly over our heads. That is an important swing for the Supernovas to just maintain touch. Not that 2 points is an extraordinary lead, but the more scoreboard pressure you can apply, the better. Abercrombie. Boy, Omaha has done a tremendous job defensively in limiting her offensive output. Speaking of it, a stuff block for Allie Batenhorst.
They are locked in on Brittany Abercrombie, either getting block touches and slowing it down, allowing the defense to play around them, or just shutting it down completely. What a solid block.
These teams picked preseason 2 and 3, Orlando and Omaha. Schwann, off speed, picked up by Payne. Pedraza, quick to the pin, and Batenhorst. Out of the back row, Vanderweide off speed, picked up by Gomez. Out of system ball will come for Abercrombie. D-ball, Payne, dug by Shampoo. Joust at the net, won by Omaha.
What an up by the setter for the Valkyries, Shampoo. First of all, earlier in this rally, Camila Gomez is unstoppable defensively. She's incredible, laying out for this ball. Nice up, but a little bit of an overpass, too tight for Brittany Abercrombie to get up and push it over.
Camila Gomez, who was one of the liberos for Grand Rapids a season ago, played in 21 matches, just over 2.5 digs per set. I think her defensive ability is a little bit understated. She's third best in the league this year in digs per set.
With 200 coming into this match.
And here's that block defense again for Omaha as they surge in front 11-10. Amy Pauley has seen enough. A timeout by the Vows.
One of the things that Bird told us that the Supernovas do well is she says the energy is incredible, especially from the bench, and they're showing us that energy here in this fourth set.
Welcome back to Central Florida on the Pro Volleyball Federation YouTube. Omaha closing in on perhaps dusting off Orlando in 4 sets. They've opened up a 3-point lead in a must-win 4th set for Orlando. Not to say that the Vows are categorically out of it, but momentum shifting in favor of the team with the lead already.
Now we're going to see Amy Pauley do some mix-up, putting in Shannon Scully for Courtney Schwann. See if they can get some production out of Scully.
Shannon Scully, who wore the libero jersey in the first matchup between these two teams when Georgia Murphy was out with an illness. Abercrombie dug once again, and a net violation called against Omaha. At this point, if you're the Vouch, you'll take it.
Absolutely, a little break in momentum, because right now the Supernovas are full of the momentum. They've kind of been in control of the last couple of points, so you are happy to get the serve back.
Natalie Foster has the ability to flip momentum just with this particular aspect of the game. Good pass there by Gomez. Abercrombie, turn back. Vander Weide turned back into the floor.
The Supernovas block is locked and loaded. They're being very patient, very disciplined. The Valkyries run a balanced offense, so we're seeing a lot of the different attackers swing from different areas of the court. So good job, the Supernovas, in playing disciplined volleyball.
10 blocks now for Omaha in the match. Shannon Scully records the kill.
Shannon Scully is one of those players that is all around just very solid. She's got beach volleyball experience, so she's got good ball control in the back row. She's really solid on the pass. You see, she's not even getting targeted in serve because she's such a solid serve receiver.
Bait and horse, dug by Yosia. Vander Weide sets what could have been an out-of-system ball, perhaps. Yosia just pushes it over. Off 1 foot, Kaz Brown. Nunaviller hammers the Bic, and Omaha's lead once again is 3.
Good up by Yosia, keeping the play alive, but Brooke Nunaviller knows how to win. She knows how to will that ball to get to the floor. Very zonal focused in what she wants, and it's evident by every single time she swings.
Off speed, Kaz Brown is into double figures.
Kaz Brown has been heating up as the season has gone on. Coming off of 9 kills, super high efficiency in her last match, and here playing really smart volleyball. Seeing the open court, tipping it to it.
10 kills hitting just south of 400 as Shannon Scully's serve goes out of play. That'll take us to our mid-set media timeout. Omaha closing in on perhaps winning this match in 4 in Orlando. Welcome back to Orlando on the Pro Volleyball Federation YouTube. Sean Davison, Madison Fitzpatrick taking in. Welcome back to Orlando as we get set 4 underway once again off the mid-set media break. A must-win set for Orlando, and it's Omaha who leads it by 3. Back bump by Murphy, and Vander Weide sends the free ball over. Payne. And there's Orlando flexing its muscle at the net. It has been all Omaha over the last couple of sets, Madison. I mentioned it. The Supernovas have 10 blocks in the match. 8 have come in the last 2 sets. That is an important rejection for Orlando.
Most definitely, and that block was so impressive. Vander Weide was all over that. They set up a little bit inside because they knew Kelsey Payne was going to swing angle.
And how smart was that shot by Brooke Nunaviller?
Brooke Nunaviller is an all-around competitor. She's got every shot in the book. She knows when to bring it out. Very experienced as a 6 rotation outside.
I mentioned the accolades at the University of Oregon. I mentioned the walking double-double she has been in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Also has been a member of the U.S. women's national team in the past, representing the red, white, and blue. Service error helps out the cause for the homestanding Valks. Lead back down to 2.
Yep, and if you're the Valkyries, this is where you make the push. Shampoo's in the back row. You've got 3 attackers in the front row. Let's see if they can make a push here.
Gomez takes the ball on first contact. Vanderweide there to pick up the off speed. Shannon Scully has to attack from the back row as Nunaviller goes high off the hands, played up by Yosia. Vanderweide, good cover by Scully. Abercrombie turns on it and missed the sideline. Point to Omaha.
Great cover by Scully, you called it. Getting underneath that ball, keeping it alive, and just a rare error from Brittany Abercrombie to finish the play.
If you're Orlando, it has not been Brittany Abercrombie's night. She has been the offensive stalwart for this team. Not to discount anybody else because everybody collectively has been impressive. But 11 kills in this match with 6 errors, far below her average. Where do you go? What do you do?
I think you really have to work on your first ball contact, getting that pass up to the net, and then running through your middles. Running through Natalie Foster, who's extremely efficient. Other players in other positions have to step up, but it starts with the pass to keep yourself in system.
Lead back down to 2. Lindsay Vanderweide sneaks that ball inside the block and now goes back to serve. Shannon Scully rotates to the front row, and it's ace number 2 for Lindsay Vanderweide.
Lindsay Vanderweide is a spark off the bench every time she gets an opportunity, whether that be from the service line or offensively.
9 kills, 2 aces. Nunaviller. How much heat was on that shot by Brooke Nunaviller?
It's incredible how much power she swings with, and it's because her approach is so explosive and long. She takes a whole lot of space in her approach to drive through that ball.
And Lindsay Vanderweide is subbed, at least for the moment, in the back row for Adora Anai, who her pass numbers have been amongst the best in the Pro Volleyball Federation. So we'll see if that is a decision that is the right one for Amy Pauley in the Valks.
I most definitely like that move. Adora Anai, one of the things she's known for is her serve receive and how controlled she is on that first contact.
The lead is down to 1 with Foster back to serve. Less than ideal first ball contact there by Batenhorst. Scully digs the cross. Now goes 4-4 herself. It's still up. Abercrombie dug over the net, picked up by Anai. Scully fires over the top and out. And a challenge coming from Orlando.
Coach Pauley seemed pretty confident that there was a touch, or she's calling this for a little reset, a little break. We'll see. It looked like Shannon Scully just jumped a little too early. She was on her way down when she contacted that ball, kind of got underneath it. The blockers looked pretty confident that they didn't touch it, but this is a big point.
And a quick confirmation that there was no block touch by either Mac Pedraza or Kayla Caffey. Omaha indeed is in the red zone. Orlando trails by 2. Back and forth we go here in the 4th set. And you mentioned it earlier, Madison, the emphasis on execution by Coach Bird Kuhn, and she emphasized how especially important it is late. And here we've arrived with Omaha leading by 2 in the red zone, and Nati Valentin Anderson in to serve. That is a service error, and does that give the Valkyries enough life here late? We'll see.
And that's really tough. Coming off of the bench, you're a little cold. It's difficult to be a role player like that. Come in, get an ace, or at least get a serve in when you're cold.
It'll be Brittany Abercrombie in to serve. Batenhorst, smart swing high off the block.
Batenhorst with the crossbody swing. They're targeting her, trying to take her out of the offense, but she says, no, give it to me. They set her a little inside, so she's got a whole lot of line open to tool. 21 kills for Batenhorst, hitting .378. Wow.
An emerging star for Omaha, Allie Batenhorst, and Brittany Abercrombie says that's more like it.
One of the things that makes Brittany Abercrombie elite is, yes, she's not producing the numbers that she usually does, but she is steady. She's not backing down. She's continuing to work at it. And I love that they continue to set her because she's working through some things and she's still getting kills, even if it's not her best night.
Adora and I was set to rotate to the front row, and Lindsay Vanderweide subs in off the bench to go back to work offensively. Allie Batenhorst has been offensive, front row, back row, left side, right side. Doesn't really seem to matter for number 14 in white.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Allie Batenhorst was in the conversation for PVF Player of the Week, but you see they're just swinging over Shampoo. A little bit of height disparity there that she's taking advantage of.
Shampoo sets Kaz Brown. And Kaz Brown has had a tremendous match, individually speaking, for Orlando.
Kaz Brown is a leader. She's got 11 kills, 5 blocks, hitting around 400, and she's an emotional leader as well.
Couple of aces as well for Kaz Brown in this match. She'll go back to serve once more.
Notice the sub decision by Amy Pauley, putting Grote in the front row to block, subbing out Shampoo.
Quick reflexes there by Mac Pedraza. Nuneviller goes to work off the block. Another kill for Brooke.
The outsides have been phenomenal for the Supernovas, taking care of business inside out and in transition. That's Brooke Nuneviller's 16th kill.
That'll send Caitlin Horde back to serve, another middle who's got multiple aces in this match. Omaha's 2 points away. Abercrombie, the tip has been a problem for Omaha in matches past. They have been all over it until now.
And it's all about decision making. Brittany Abercrombie seeing that middle. Caitlin Horde is playing left back, so she's going to make the smart shot and tip it in front.
1 point fourth set. 3 attackers in the front row for Orlando. And Omaha says never matter, and they have arrived at match point.
Orlando wanted that to be a carry so bad. She took it a little bit behind her head, but no carry, and it's going to cause Orlando to call a timeout.
Timeout, Amy Pauley. And we will come back for match point after this. Match point Omaha here in the fourth at Addition Financial Arena. They took number 1 off a 5-set win, a reverse sweep over Indy, while Orlando fell in 5 to San Diego. And with a win tonight, they'll consolidate their lead atop the PVF standings. Payne serves. Vanderweide, high off the block, nice stab by Gomez. Nuneviller, turn back for the moment. Batenhorst stopped.
And it was a triple block on Batenhorst. Both the right side, outside, and middle were up, pressed at the right time, giving Batenhorst not much room to go.
Second set point, match point, excuse me. Nuneviller, off hands, played up by Yosia. Foster, dug by Gomez. Payne, turn back, another rejection for Orlando. We're tied.
What a comeback by the Valkyries. Shannon Scully doing a great job in setting up that block where it needs to be, right in front of Kelsey Payne. Natalie Foster comes to close, and just like that, we're going to overtime in the fourth.
Nobody hates a little free volleyball, unless in this case, maybe your coach Bird Kuhn, who thought, man, I'd love to seal this thing in 4.
Oh, absolutely, but the Orlando, I mean, they're not giving up. They're fighting back. They're keeping their foot on the gas pedal. It's an all-out battle. This is what you want if you have number 1 versus number 2. The Orlando Valkyries are leading the league in aces, kills per set, hitting efficiency. The Omaha Supernovas are right behind them in hitting efficiency and kills per set. And then defensively, both of these teams so strong, and they put it on display.
The winner of this next point will either have set point if you're Orlando, or match point number 3 if you're Omaha.
Orlando using all of this timeout to talk, strategize, make adjustments. The Supernovas have been on the court for a long time.
24 all, set for a must-win set for the Valkyries. Lindsay Vanderweide will be back to serve. Sean Davison, Madison Fitzpatrick, and a few thousand of our closest friends here at Edition Financial Arena taking in the action, and what a match it has been. We're going beyond 25 in set 4. Nuneviller has to attack from the back, and Brooke Nuneviller puts Omaha on the doorstep once again.
This goes back to what I said about being a problem solver. There's a little bit of problem. You're off the net. Your setter is scrambling. Can you solve the problem? And Brooke Nuneviller, I mean, is so good at doing that. I like the aggression behind the service line by Lindsay Vanderweide. That was a good start to the play, but Brooke Nuneviller is a wonderful problem solver.
Nuneviller back to serve, match point number 3. Flips the tape. Scully stuffed! And Omaha exacts revenge on the road, winning it 3 sets to 1.
And with that, they keep their number 1 spot in the PVF rankings right now. All around incredible fight from the Supernovas, who were down a majority of the sets. But they just wore and tore at the Orlando Valkyries, and they got it done.
Madison, you mentioned it multiple times tonight about Omaha and the way they get it done with their defense, and that's not to slight their offensive efforts, especially that of Allie Batenhorst, Brooke Nuneviller shredding from the pin as well. But going back to that defense, they had been holding teams on an average, teams not named Orlando, to a 182 hit percentage. Orlando in their first 2 meetings had been hitting 322 against the Supernovas and averaging nearly 17 kills per set. There's a saying that water finds its level, and Omaha, we know, is too good of a defensive team to continue to get shellacked by Orlando. Tonight, they get their notch right back.
For sure, and it was the perfect storm. It was the floor defense led by Camila Gomez, who was digging everything up, and then it was the block with the middles. Caitlin Hording, Caffey getting there, closing, and doing a wonderful job at that, holding the Valkyries to a 167 hitting efficiency. So defense won that game for the Supernovas.
Omaha has won now each of their last 6 road matches, a franchise record. Orlando, after a 9-match win streak, has dropped each of their last 2. It was a lot of fun tonight. The action was tight and hotly contested between number 1 Omaha and number 2 Orlando, but in the end, it's the Supernovas who consolidate their lead atop the PVF standings. For Madison Fitzpatrick and our entire crew, Sean Davison signing off from Edition Financial Arena, where Omaha wins it 3 sets to 1 over the Valks.